Hi guys, it's Aish and welcome to another video on my channel. Definitely before we get into the juicy part of this cook along, which is what this video is all about. Ta-da, ta-da. This is an Instagram thing, isn't it? This, then the subscribe button, and then the alarm signal so that whenever I post a new video, you're gonna get a notification. I have a goal. Should I share my goal with all of you? I want to post, right now I have 9 videos on my channel. I want to do 152 by the end of this year. I have no idea how successful I'm going to be with it, but I've promised myself that I'm going to try really hard, and whenever I get a free time, I'm going to plop up and I'm going to put up a subject of discussion. Just because that's a high quantity, it doesn't mean it's going to be of any less quality. The Train with Aish YouTube channel is always going to have something to cook, something educative about like fitness, especially in the realm of getting stronger, and definitely a lot of mindset tips, because I constantly am sharing this with my own clients, and I definitely feel that, you know, the more of us that are making mindful decisions that are better for our health, the better it is. There is a lot of shit out there, guys, that makes us just put our asses down and not do anything and sort of prepare our body for like early death. Okay, early illness. Let's not make this a very scary video. So I really feel that channels like mine are targeting to sort of like counter that. So I'm trying to find it, I'm trying to help you guys find easier ways to be a little bit healthier and a little bit fitter in an otherwise very productive, busy, sedentary life and days. So today's video is a recipe, and it's a very, very yummy one. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am Indian. Aish is short for Aishwarya, which is a very South Indian name, by the way. And I don't know who is watching these, who are my audience right now watching these videos. Like, I don't know where you're from, but if you are from the West and you think that Indian food is all about naan, roti and butter chicken, well, I would like you all to know that the Indian cuisine is so diverse. It's as complicated as our country, as many as there are God knows how many dialects of different languages we speak throughout our country, northwest, east, south of India. The weather changes, the culture changes, the language changes, and the food changes. So Indian food is more than your paneer tikka masala, and I'm really hoping that some of the recipes on this channel are going to blow your mind like this one. So Kotthu Parotta. Okay, so I'm half Mallu. Those of you who don't know, I'm Tam Bram. Tamil Brahmins are literally from the we are Tamilians from the Kerala side of India. So kind of like in between Tamil Nadu and Kerala, like literally in the bottom of the map. I'm gonna like actually try to point it out on a map somewhere here. So Kotthu Parotta has definitely been something that I've been eating like all my life, and unfortunately when I got into like health and fitness, a lot of my coaches were like, carbs are bad. Ugh, such outdated news. But of course Kotthu Parotta was like kicked out of my life, and I'm like, no, can't have it because it is so unhealthy. However, I have found a really nice way to introduce Kotthu Parotta back into my life, and by doing it in a very diet-friendly way. So the recipe that I'm going to share with you today, it's around 550 calories, at least based on the way I have calculated it. And I ended up making so much in that one serving that as much as I wanted to eat all of it in one go, I only ate like half of it because it was so much volume. I was like, okay, I'll eat the rest of it for dinner. So essentially, like, it's filled me up. Is tasty as ever. It is literally something with Kotthu Parotta in it, so it's like it speaks to my heart and to my stomach, and at the same time it is not that calorie dense, so you can be dieting down and you can be enjoying this meal. So this one is like one that you have to save and one that you have to like try out. So go ahead, follow on this recipe, let me know what you think. The description below is going to have the exact recipe ingredients, the caloric breakdown. So if you're going to be using this, you know, in your lives, definitely use it. Now this one is a non-vegetarian recipe. I did use chicken because of course I wanted to have a protein element, but in the recipe below I'm going to give options for those of you who are vegetarians and for those of you who are egg eating vegetarians. So depending on, like, you know, if you don't want to eat the chicken, doesn't mean that you don't like really, you just don't watch this video. Instead of adding chicken, you kind of like add your protein source. And I'll also tell you in the description below when to add it in, because in this one I actually cooked the chicken early on with the onions, but If you are probably working with paneer or tofu, or I wouldn't put tofu, that's kind of weird, but whatever, paneer, or you're working with egg, you probably will have to add it at a later stage, or you'll have to pre-cook or whatever. So I will definitely write that in the description below. So if you enjoyed it, if you love me, if you're beginning to love me, I don't know, whatever it is, if you think that we could have this connection, go ahead, thumbs up, alarm, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Also feel like I have to add it out here because I'm feeling very conscious about it. I have been in isolation and I'm almost done with my period, and I'm going to come back to the big beautiful world in a couple of days. But while I was in ISO, one of the many little things that I told myself that I wanted to do was I didn't want to wear any makeup. So all the videos that I've been filming in this period has been makeup free, and I'm trying to promote a little bit more comfort in my own skin. But when I watch back these videos, I kind of feel like really conscious about the fact that I can see all the flaws in my skin. So here's me just telling you all to have a little bit of love and a little bit of care as you understand and appreciate the fact that real skin is not perfect. And as much as we love makeup, we also got to learn how to be comfortable in our own skin. Okay, that was my real talk for the moment. Now we'll go to the actual recipe. Bye guys. All right, let's cook the masala. So these are the vegetables that I'll be using today. I have a full red carrot. I have a tomato. I have a red onion. And for flavor garnish, I've got ginger garlic. I've got green chili. I like it spicy. If you don't like it spicy, don't use chili. I've got some coriander leaves to garnish on the top. I forgot to talk about the sweet corn, so there it is. And my protein source is some chicken. Let's not forget the main ingredient, guys, which is one full Kotthu Parotta. So I'm just using one because I'm trying to make it more voluminous and healthier. So everything in this recipe needs to be very finely chopped. It's a masala fry, and I feel like you want to get the most out of it by having finely cut vegetables. Now, watch me right after this onion cutting brag about how I didn't cry when I cut that whole onion. I literally thought I was not going to get, I'm just about tearing up, okay? But like, I managed that whole onion without crying, and I just feel like that's a superpower. It needs to be celebrated, guys. The sad thing was my camera skills should not be celebrated for that one. Anyway, while cutting the tomato, remember to remove that middle. We don't want it to be super soggy, so we don't want that much tomato liquid juice coming in. So I take out the center juice and I finally chop it again, just as well as I've done the coriander and the onion. Now I'm going to like mash up the ginger and the garlic, for which I use this little device that we have at home. It's a mincer. So like you just have to mince it, and once you crush through, see how finely the garlic and the ginger sort of crushes out. I love that because I don't like to per se eat that, so I like the flavor to go inside without me having to really chew on it. The chilies are cut big, so I don't eat it by mistake. And then of course we grate the carrot. I really wish that this was how quickly I actually took to prepare it, but it does take some time. And this is what the end result looks like. I've got the garnish, I've got the vegetables, I've got the coriander, I've got the sweet corn. And as for the chicken, we are going to just nicely, cut it into some strips because now everything is very finely cut. So we need to match it with everything else. So to a non-stick pan, I add about 2 to 3 grams of unsalted butter. And the first thing I do once the butter is melted is I add the onion and I add the chicken together and I start to cook it. Now, I might get some heat from some people that the chicken needs to be cooked separately, but I feel that on the medium flame when I'm cooking the onions and the chicken together, in about 5 to 7 minutes, both of them get done. So you want to keep stir frying this mix till the chicken is white and the onions turn a little bit brown. After which, you're going to be adding the flavor enhancers, which is the ginger, garlic, and the chili. And then you want to, of course, stir fry some more time. Just a little bit more, maybe 2 minutes. And now we can start adding some masalas to it. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of turmeric powder, some dhania powder, which is coriander powder. And I had some garam masala as well, and some chili powder because I like it spicy, and then some salt. See, everything is listed down in the description, so don't worry about it. And continue stirring. Now, this is going to get dry, so it's a very good time for me to add the wet ingredients, which are like the tomato and the sort of grated carrot. And then I mix this together. Now, if I feel it's too dry, it's a good time for me to add a little bit of water, which is actually what I do, and it's really not much. And it's not too long before it starts to really look quite tasty. I mean, look at that. It looks so amazing. Now I forgot to add the sweet corn. I keep forgetting the corn. So I add that in, and once I feel like it's all very well cooked, it's been about like a good 8 to 10 minutes now, I can add the shredded Kotthu Parotta. Now I've actually hand shredded it so that it kind of matches the entire veggie mix. And if you guys have noticed, since I'm using a non-stick pan, I'm using a wooden ladle so that it doesn't scratch and ruin the pan. And you very gently have to keep like lifting and turning and lifting and turning. Like that's the one thing you got to keep doing when you make this. But pretty much at this point, it's done, guys. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy looking. So I put it in a little bowl and I garnish it with some coriander leaves, and then I just dive in. I also want you guys to actually notice on as to how much is left over. So you can actually have it as 2 meals. Well, that's that. It's a really simple recipe, and I really hope that you guys find it something that you'd like to try out in your next meal. And if you do, definitely give me a tag and a mention. Find me on Instagram on @Aish. And since you're up here, if you like the way I present my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become a part of my YouTube family. All the calories for this recipe are listed in the description. So is the whole recipe breakdown with measurements of each ingredient. If this is something that you like to calculate and keep track of, then well, that is just there for you. So till the next video, train hard, eat healthy, and live your best life.